$300,000. It would set him up again, enable him to buy a place, live in comfort while he concentrated once more on the big jobs, the way it had been for him before it all went sour. Wyatt rolled his head a few times to ease his knotted muscles, then reassessed the Messick place. The advantages were clear. First, it had more than one exit. He never hit places where he ran the risk of boxing himself in. Second, the big houses of Templestowe sprawled behind hedges and trees, meaning a lower risk of snooping neighbours. Third, the streets were broad and fast, and the freeway was easy to get to. He could be well clear of the area before the local law showed. That's if they did show. It wasn't likely. The Messicks were crooked. They didn't want the law poking around. Their security system wouldn't be wired to the local cop shop. Wyatt went still. Something was happening. The electronic gates were swinging open again. Just then, a shadow passed across the Volvo's side windows, and he sank in his seat as a black Saab turned into the Messick place. He raised his head to watch, thankful that the creeper being trained along the security fence was still sparse and patchy. He saw the gate close and heard a faint snarl as the Saab rounded the curving gravel drive and stopped outside the first house. As if on cue, the front door opened and the woman and her visitor started down the steps. Two men got out of the Saab. Wyatt could see a facial resemblance between them and guessed that they were brothers. Other than that, they were not alike. The passenger, dressed in jeans and running shoes, was a tall, solid, slow-moving man of about 30 who hung back as the driver walked fast toward the house. The driver was about 40 and slighter, shorter and sharper than his heavy younger brother. Draped in a double-breasted bone-coloured suit over a tireless black shirt buttoned at the neck, he was a Hollywood version of a new wave mafia hood. His hair was thick and black, curling to his shoulders, and Wyatt saw it toss as the man began a dance of anger, pointing, shaking his fist, and apparently yelling at the woman. Her visitor seemed to laugh in his face. The woman scowled. Wyatt turned away. Who ran the Messick operation? Who would give him the most trouble? Who were the weaknesses? He couldn't plan this job until he had that kind of information. Rossiter would have the answers. That's if Rossiter felt inclined to help him. Rossiter had once been his go-between, but now there was good reasons why Rossiter might wish him dead. When everything had gone wrong for Wyatt the year before, others had been affected too, including Rossiter. Wyatt peered out at the Messick place again, and what he saw made him duck in his seat. He messed his hair with his fingers, tugged his shirt out of his waistband, and pulled down the zipper at the front of his trousers. He reached for the scotch bottle on the floor and drank deeply from it. He splashed a little around the inside of the car and down his chest. Finally, he rubbed his face hard with his hands, reddening the skin, and sprawled out along the back seat. Even with his eyes closed, he sensed that someone had come to stand next to the Volvo, blocking the light. The door by his head opened. A hand smacked him hard on the cheek. "Get out!" Wyatt blinked his eyes, grunted, tried to turn over on his side. He recognized the solid character from the passenger seat of the Saab. The hand smacked him again. "Come on, pal, move it!" Wyatt opened his eyes and kept them open. He sat up by degrees, exhaling over the big man. The man jerked back. "Jesus Christ, come on out!" "I'm over .05, Wyatt slurred. "Let me slip it off." "Bullshit," the man said, reaching in a massive arm. Wyatt let a drunken look of cunning grow on his face. "They can't book you if you're slipping it off from the back seat or you've got the keys in your pocket." "Don't fuck with me. I don't know who you're working for, but you can tell them the Messicks are not for sale." Wyatt blinked and frowned. "What?" The big man's face twisted. He had short hair that kinked like wood shavings on his overheated scalp, and Wyatt could smell fury and perspiration on him. Spittle sprayed onto Wyatt's face as the man said, "Tell your boss the Messicks are reorganizing. We're not rolling onto our backs for anybody." Wyatt muttered that he didn't know what the man was on about and got out of the car. He was rocky on his feet, bleary and unappealing. Someone who didn't